Okay. Are you ready?
I feel like we should sit higher. How tall are you?
I'm so tall though.
I need to sit on something.
Like a phone book? There, do you feel better? Okay, it's rolling.
Cheers.
It tastes like Christmas.
Look at it doing shots.
Hello lovelies, and welcome to our first video for Kelsi Kassy for OCM. Today we're going to start talking about how to live your best hair life in 2018.
With Folocally hair extensions.
We're so excited. We've met the girls from Folocally Hair Extensions at an event right before Christmas, the two of us. And as a hairstylist and as a hair extension enthusiast, we were super excited to partner up with them and check it out.
Folocally is based out of Regina. It's two sisters that are also hair extension enthusiasts that have worn them their whole lives. They started the company because they weren't happy with what was available on the market, and they apparently actually went to Moscow to scout out the best hair extensions. So they're 100% Russian hair. There's tons of colors. There's two different lengths, 16 and 18 to 20. I've got the 18 to 20 inch in. The cutest packaging.
The cutest packaging. This is the box. It's like millennial pink, so of course we're obsessed. I'll buy anything if it's millennium pink. They come in like a little mesh, like this, like a little hairnet to keep it all together. And the interesting thing about these extensions, because I actually do a lot of hair extensions. I've been doing them for many years. I do all different kinds of extensions. I've worked with, I remember back in the day when I first started hairdressing, all those clip-ins.
Oh yeah.
And like, clip-ins, I shouldn't throw too much shade. Clip-ins are okay for like a day. If like you're getting them for like your wedding, you only need them for like one day, I get it. But if you plan on wearing them all the time, it kind of looks like there's like an animal attached to your head and they don't really move around very well.
Okay.
Not cute. But then there's these, there's the tape-ins, which are, I would say, the most popular at the salon that I work at and in Saskatoon in general, for sure, because they last pretty long. They look pretty natural, like they look obviously like your hair, and they look really natural, and they last pretty long, so they're pretty popular. And then there's also bonded extensions. We're not talking about that today. So typically when you get extensions, they come and they have like this slick coating on them, and so when anyone who's had them put in before, they have a slick coating, so it's kind of like you have to wash your hair to feel how they're really going to feel in your hair. And the Folocally extensions don't come with a crazy silicone coating on them like most extensions do, because they want you to feel the actual quality. So how it comes in the package is like how it's going to look after you wash it. This is how the hair is.
They're more what you see is what you get.
Absolutely. So there's nothing to hide behind, no weird product on there. And the hair is, they say it's Russian hair extension, so coming from Russia, it's Caucasian hair, which is going to be a lot closer to like your hair.
Right.
And most extensions are actually Indian and Asian hair, which there's nothing wrong with it. It's super gorgeous hair too, but these Russian hair extensions are a lot more expensive typically to get a hold of, and they're really excellent quality, and they're going to blend more with like finer hair types. If you have really thick coarse hair, then Indian and Asian hair extensions are going to be great for you. But if you have really fine hair, then these are going to be amazing and blend so much better for you.
I like how you say fine hair, because I do not want to be told I have thin hair. Thank you.
No, fine hair.
It's like, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine, girl. Just don't worry. So, how these extensions actually work, I don't know if there's any of you out there who've never had a tape-in extension.
Bless your
hearts. Bless your little hearts. So sweet. So what you do, and we can even take a look at one of Kelsi's that I applied. Also, as an aside, I love doing these extensions. I'm on mat leave right now, so I haven't had my hands on a lot of hair for the last 6 months, but I was so excited to be able to put these into Kelsi's hair because I miss being behind my chair. But this is one of her extensions, and as you can see, they're taped up by the scalp, and what you do is you take one fine section of hair, you put one piece of extension under it, then you have a fine piece of your own hair in the middle, and then you tape this on top, so it's like each little like hair sandwich. So it's like little hair sandwiches all over your hair. That's how those work. It's lovely. They're super high quality. The colors that they come in are unreal, especially the blondes.
Yeah, so many ashy tones, which are historically harder to find.
Yes, because who wants extensions? High maintenance blondes. I know you're out there. Don't hate me. I know it. I know it. I know it. High maintenance blonde girls are the ones that are going to see, yes, I know, the most, in my experience. So they have beautiful ashy, warm, ashy, all the tones that you could want, and the hair is really exceptional.
We're going to give you some tips so that you can live your best hair extension life in 2018.
The first step would be to find yourself a good hairstylist in your area, wherever you live. Hi. But not just me, obviously. There's a lot of girls that are really great. And you want to find a hairstylist that has a lot of experience with hair extensions in general. Right. All right? So you want to find someone who has a lot of experience with the tape-ins. I do bonded extensions as well, but obviously that doesn't matter if you just want these kind. But you want someone who's done this for a while, so they know how to help you choose your color. As you can see, the Philocally girls actually helped Kelsi find this color, and it is a seamless blend. I didn't have to color these or tone these. Once in a while that happens where we kind of get the color that's closest, and as a hairstylist and a colorist, I have to color to match it, but I didn't have to with these. These are 2 different colors and they blend absolutely seamlessly. You would never even know this wasn't Kelsi's hair. It's gorgeous. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's yours now. Pay for it. No, a reason why you want to find a great certified experienced hairstylist to put these in, because not everyone has the same needs for getting their extensions put in. So for Kelsi, for example, when we did our consultation, we already had the colors match beautifully, but we talked about where to place them and actually install the extensions. We talked about Kelsi's signature hairstyle look is a hun, which is like the little half bun on top. So we knew that we couldn't put her extensions up above, see this curve of the head here? We couldn't put them above that or else she wouldn't be able to put her hair up. But if Kelsi had really short layers in the front, we'd have to put them up higher to blend layers. So we were really lucky that Kelsi's hair was already quite long and didn't have really short hair layers. So we could put them a little bit lower so she could still perfect her signature look. And that's a thing that a stylist is going to help you out with and to decide with you where to actually put the extensions and to blend it all and then to cut it, because you can't be afraid. You can't just put them in and like you're done. They have to be blended so they look like your hair.
So funny story about that brings us to our next point, is picking the right length for your hair. So they do come in 16 or 18 to 20 inches. Of course, everyone wants to go for the 18 to 20 because they want that mermaid hair. So I did. My hair is already about 16 inches, so the 18 to 20 was appropriate, we decided. But then Cassie put them in perfectly, loving the color. They were like down to here. I was like, yes. And then she started cutting them and blending them, which I hadn't had done in the past when I'd had extensions. And
so I had an internal freak out.
I was like, okay, deep breath. And then I'm like, you're cutting my real hair. And
I was not cutting her real hair.
Not even close.
No, I was inches away.
She pulled out a piece and showed me, and I was like, oh, okay, like, relax. So you have to be okay with your experienced hair technician installing your extensions to cut them a bit, to blend it, because it was too heavy on the bottom, like, you know, Christmas tree, triangle hair. And when she did it, I was like, okay, well, there goes all my hair that I paid for. But really, it was like this much. And then when I washed my hair and styled it myself the next day, I was like, oh my God, there's a lot of hair here. Thank God she cut it.
Absolutely. I think the worst is when girls have like really long mermaidy hair, but like that bottom couple inches, like they're too scared to get a haircut and it's kind of like thin and not looking its best. Long hair only looks expensive if it's in good shape. So it has to be like nice and blended.
Yes. And the previous times I've had extensions that weren't nearly as amazing as these, I like walked into work the next day and was like, people were like, oh, you got tape-in extensions. I can see. And I'm like, oh yeah. And like this time nobody knew. They were just like, you look great. Like, what's going on with you? Like, you look amazing, your hair. And I'm like, yeah, like less obvious, but
more natural and blended looks expensive. Exactly. And obviously that's all of our goals, is to look expensive. Yes.
2018 goal, look expensive.
Look expensive. You better look expensive because they are expensive.
Okay, so
talking about maintenance a little bit, how to maintain these bad boys once you have them installed. So you want to take a look at your shampoos and conditioners. I believe they have a product line. Locally has their own product line, so if you want to be really, really sure that there's no ingredients in there that are going to compromise your extensions, I suggest trying out their line. If you really want to use your own products, you want to take a look at the ingredients and make sure there's no sulfates in there. You want all your shampoos and conditioners to be sulfate free. You don't want to be putting a lot of oils and a lot of alcohol laden products on the tape near your roots. You can put like hairspray and oils on the ends always to keep it nice and hydrated. So you want to do that, but you want to keep product away from the tabs, and any shampoos and conditioners, you want to make sure it's sulfate free.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. And I checked mine.
Good.
Sulfate free.
Good girl.
Put the shimmering lights away.
And people always want to like test me, like we're in the salon, we're like, okay, do you have sulfates in your product? They're like, oh no, my product is awesome, because you already spent all this money on the extensions. You don't want to be buying all new shampoo and conditioner too. But it's really like you have to think about it as an investment, and you've invested all this money in your hair extensions. You really want to make sure that your product is going to be furthering your investment. So it's like, my boss always tells me this analogy, and I love it, and it's, if you had a new sports car, say you had a new Mercedes, you had a top of the line luxury vehicle, what kind of gas do you put in it? Do you go put in some regular at the co-op?
No basic gas.
No basic gas. You're going to put, to keep it performing well and to keep it running well, you're going to put premium in there.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so you already have a luxury service done to your hair. That means like your cut, your color, your extensions, all of it is applicable, but especially extensions. You already invested so much into your extensions. You want to make sure you keep them at their best and keep them lasting the longest with the correct products.
So once you get your extensions in, you might think like you're set for life, but your hair grows, so the extensions move out with them as well. So you do have to get them re-tabbed, the sticky part. Make sure you also go to an experienced hairstylist for that. Don't try that at home. I actually also did that once, like spraying it. It was like, Garrett was like trying to rip them out. It was a mess. That was like a low point in my life.
Yeah, not your best life. not living your best life.
No. So you got to get them moved up. So make an appointment with your stylist. Like, what would it be? Like a half an hour appointment?
It's probably an hour.
Okay.
Hour and a half. You're doing the whole of like taking them out, retaping them, reinstalling.
So they'll put the sticky tab and your sticky tab on and move them back up closer to your roots. And then you want to do that every roughly 6 weeks, depending on how fast your hair grows. So when I had them previously, I can go to like 8 weeks. I can push it. But if you have super fast growing hair, then you might have to go like 6 weeks.
Yes, so 6 to 8 weeks, depending on how well you take care of your extensions, how fast your hair grows. When you get your extensions first installed, you're going to talk about a maintenance plan with your stylist, and you're going to probably pre-book your next appointments. I find between 6 to 8 weeks, 8 weeks is really pushing it, 6 is more average for a retab typically, but it totally depends on your hair. And in my experiences, I'm brand new to locally, so I hear these last forever, that the tabs are nice and that the tabs last a long time.
Yes.
And it really depends on how the tabs last, but for most of my guests, they last about 4 retabs.
Okay.
It's like usually how many times you can take them out and put them back in. So these should last you quite a while if you're taking good care of them and using the right product and styling them correctly. These extensions, they should last at least 6 months, I would say, at least. But for locally girls, they showed me theirs, and they were on like 7 or 8 months, and they were looking great. So, girl, who knows? I don't have enough experience to say exactly how long these. We'll be back. So, go check out their website. Talk to your stylist about it. Maybe go for a consult first. Get your color matched. Pick out your color. Either you order them or your stylist orders them. And
we have new colors dropping soon. I use 2 new colors. Okay,
you're the eye candy.
Cheers. I'm the trophy wife.
You are. You're my trophy hair wife. I wish this is what rum chata.